Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Dr. Mel from City Skin Clinic, and today I thought we'd chat about vitamin C. Vitamin C is an incredibly important skincare ingredient, and if it were up to me, I would say everyone who could be on it should be on it. And so I'm going to have a little chat with you about why vitamin C is so important, and also some of my top recommendations for vitamin C serums and products. And before I carry on, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, and at the end of this video, if you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything skincare related or aesthetics related, then leave us a comment below. I'll answer it straight away. So with vitamin C, or also known as ascorbic acid, it's a really important skincare ingredient. And the reason for that is, firstly, it's an antioxidant, which means it protects against sun damage. So if you apply it to the skin, it helps protect the skin cells from oxidizing and from injury from the UV rays of the sun. So in the long term, this means that it helps protect from sun damage, so it helps reduce things like wrinkles forming, it helps reduce the skin from thinning, and also it prevents things like sunspots and hyperpigmentation. With that being said, although it's a really powerful antioxidant, it is absolutely not enough to use on its own in terms of sun protection. You need to use SPF. So the other thing way that vitamin C works is it helps stimulate collagen production in the skin. And collagen is really important because collagen holds up the skin. It's a protein that's found in the basement membrane of our tissues, and in the skin, what collagen does is it gives it its plumpness, it gives it its structure, it gives it its thickness. So if you have more collagen in the skin, you have younger skin. So your skin will be a lot bouncier, it will be a lot smoother, and it will also be less lined and wrinkled. So again, vitamin C is fantastic for maintaining your skin's quality, improving it, and also protecting your skin. What it also does is, I like to call it the vitamin C glow, and it absolutely gives you this gorgeous sort of even complexion. Your skin looks brighter, it looks more glowing. So for that reason alone, I love vitamin C. And then when you think of all the other things that it's doing for your skin, it's absolutely fantastic. And the vitamin C itself, not all vitamin Cs are equal, and it's really important to recognize that vitamin C is still an acid. So you need to approach with care. The most common type of vitamin C, and that's what I'm going to be referring to that for most of this video, is its purest form, ascorbic acid. There are other forms of vitamin C, so esters and derivatives of vitamin C, and these I will go through in another video to give you kind of a breakdown of what the different types of vitamin C are and which one you might prefer to use. But ascorbic acid is the commonest type. Chances are when you go to a store to pick up a vitamin C serum, you'll find this one, and it's absolutely fine, it's safe. It's the one that it's the oldest one around, and it's the one that most clinical trials have the data about what it does to our skin have been based on that. So with ascorbic acid, often when you go and get it as it's usually found as a serum or a cream, and it comes in different concentrations. So usually they're along the lines of 10%, 15%, and 20%. 15% is generally the most common one, and that's what a lot of people be on. Around the 10% mark is great if you have sensitive skin, or if you have really dry skin. And also, if you're someone who's new to vitamin C and new to active ingredients, by that I mean acids and peels and that sort of thing, I'd advise you to start on 10% and build your way up as if your skin gains tolerance. 20% vitamin C serum is usually really good for people with oily skin, so again, I wouldn't advise anyone who's kind of naive to vitamin C, has never had it, to start on 20% straight away. I would go with a lower concentration and build your way up, because remember, with vitamin C and all skincare, it takes this is a commitment, and it takes quite some time to see the results. But when you do see the results, they're great, they're long lasting, and you just continue to use the product. So there's no need to rush in with any skin ingredient to the highest dose, because what that might do, so remember we said vitamin C is an acid, for example. So if you go onto a really high dose and you have sensitive skin, then perhaps you might end up with irritation. You may also end up with a burn. So it's really important to kind of think of all these ingredients, even if you can find the products in any chemist or any department store or online. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't approach them with respect and care. So with vitamin C serums and creams, people often ask, what should I go for, a serum cream? So with serums, they're really good for a couple of things. If you like to layer your skincare products and sometimes you want to take a break, so vitamin C, I usually recommend people use it in the morning and in the evenings, because it lasts for about 8 to 12 hours. So you want to put it in the evening so that it works overnight, and you want to use it in the morning so that you also see its effects during the day. For that reason, if you like to use vitamin C, but you also, for example, have other products that you're using, such as an acid exfoliant, or you're also using retinol or tretinoin or any of those things, then maybe a serum might be a nice idea, because sometimes if your skin is feeling sensitive, you might want to cut back on certain things. Other times, if your skin is not, it can take some more, it's developed tolerance to products, you might want to step up the amount. So serums have that flexibility, but the downside is it's an additional step because it's a different product. Creams, on the other hand, the great thing is usually creams are formulated with a few things in them. So you might find a cream, but then it has ceramides and peptides, and that's particularly good if you have really dry skin. And so you might opt for a vitamin C cream that has a few other products in it. The thing with creams that are great is, you can just apply one thing and it has a combination in it, but they are less versatile than serums. So if you want to tailor the products according to how your skin feels, so on some days it might feel dry, other days less so, then I would say probably a serum is a better idea. And then there are some serums that have more than one product in them. So again, you can mix and choose and try out different products and see what suits you best. In terms of where vitamin C should go in your routine, so as I mentioned, with your serums, what you want to do is your cleansing step in the morning. Then if you're going to use an exfoliant like an AHA or a BHA, then you add that. And then afterwards you would add your vitamin C serum, and then after that a moisturizer, either that has a built-in SPF, or if it doesn't, you put your sunscreen on top of that. And in the evening you would do your usually your cleansing step, and then your serum or serums, and then your moisturizer. And that's generally the best way to go about doing this. Some people sometimes find that vitamin C may feel a little bit, even at a lower concentration, a bit much for them. You might want to mix it in with your moisturizer, and that might help sort of dilute it a little bit more. When it comes to choosing a vitamin C serum, obviously a few things come to mind. So one of them is you want to look for one that's a concentration and the dose that suits you. And like I mentioned, usually with ascorbic acid, most people are okay to go on 15%. But if there's any doubt or your skin's sensitive, start on the lower dose, 10%, and move up. And you should always, whenever you try a new skincare product, get into the habit of patch testing it. So you can put a patch of it sort of in, somewhere on your forearm or your elbow, over, and leave that for a few hours and see how that goes, or, somewhere on your clavicle over here, just so that you can just make sure that it's not it doesn't cause an allergic reaction. What can you expect when you first use vitamin C? Well, it can have a stinging feeling. Your face may go red straight after it. Not anything that is alarming, but it just may feel a little bit irritated, may feel a little bit tight. If that happens, it's not to worry. You just need to monitor it. You may need to even use initially, if you're, vitamin C once every other day until you get used to it, and then use it daily, and then twice a day. What you shouldn't have is burns. You shouldn't have any pain. So those are things that, if that's happening, then you really should stop using it and get some medical help. Again, it's really uncommon for anything like that to happen with vitamin C, on the proviso that you get a vitamin C from a reputable brand where the concentration is known and you haven't started in too high a concentration. Where problems do happen, and I have to say I'm not so keen on this, is when people start buying vitamin C powder and trying to make their own serums. So you may have seen some companies sell vitamin C powder, and it's really, really hard actually to get the concentration right. So sometimes you might end up a lot of the time overshooting it and having too high a concentration, and then you're at risk of burning your skin. So I would really say, unless you're a cosmetic chemist, please try to avoid mixing up your own skincare products, and particularly things like vitamin C. There are plenty of fantastic serums on the market to suit every single budget, and creams as well. One of my favourites, obviously, is the Obagi vitamin C serum, and that comes in 3 concentrations. So it comes in 10%, 15%, and 20%. The reason I really like this serum is that it has really high penetration, so it's 20 times more penetration than kind of leading competitors. It's also got 5 times more absorption, and it lasts a lot longer. So one thing with vitamin C, and particularly ascorbic acid, is it doesn't have a very long shelf life. So after you've opened it, it starts to degrade, and so usually by about the 3-month mark, a lot of products have gone off. And the other really important thing to bear in mind with vitamin C, it's very sensitive to light. So if you have a vitamin C serum, make sure you keep it in a dark spot and away from heat, and that will help it last longer. Most vitamin C products come in a container that protects against the light, but if yours doesn't, you should definitely take extra precautions, and that will keep your product last for longer. So the Obagi vitamin C serum is one of my absolute favourites, and I really enjoy using this product. Another favourite that I'm enjoying quite a lot is the Love Glow Maker, and that has vitamin C in it. I also really like Drunk Elephant's C Firmer. So that's a fantastic product as well. And then in terms of stuff that's a more budget option, I would say The Ordinary have a few good options, although please stay away from the powder, like I mentioned, for vitamin C serum. And there are some, almost everyone makes them these days, but these are the ones that I quite like and I often recommend to people. With vitamin C, don't forget that, make sure that it's part of a skincare routine. Make sure that you have a good cleanser. Make sure that you have a nice hydrating moisturizer, and always remember to have SPF. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I could talk about vitamin C all day, and I will in a few more videos. Like I mentioned, definitely discuss the different types of vitamin C, and just to help you understand the basis for each and which one may be better. If you have any questions about vitamin C or anything else skincare or skin health related, or aesthetic treatments related, please leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already done so, and please like this video. Thumbs up. Until then, see you.